Listen closely, everyone. Today I want to talk about something powerful and universal, something that each one of us has experienced at some point in our lives: the turning point. We all go through them. These are the moments when life suddenly shifts, when we encounter an unexpected challenge, and everything we thought we knew is called into question. Life doesn't always prepare us for these moments, and they are often disruptive, unsettling, and uncomfortable. But in reality, these moments are not just crises. They are opportunities for transformation. These turning points don't just change our lives, they change who we are at the core. They have the power to reshape our identity, to alter how we see ourselves, and to change how others perceive us. So today, I want to explore the unexpected turning points that shift everything we thought about ourselves and everything others thought about us. Think about your own life. Reflect on the moments when you thought you had it all figured out, when you were on the right path, or when everything was going smoothly. And then, out of nowhere, something happened. A setback, an unexpected challenge, or a realization that made you question everything. Maybe it was the day you didn't get that job you thought you had in the bag. Maybe it was the moment when a relationship you thought would last forever ended abruptly. Or perhaps it was that painful moment when you realized a dream you had been pursuing for years was suddenly out of reach. These moments are the very definition of a turning point. They don't just change our circumstances, they have the power to change us on a deep level. When life throws you a curveball, it's natural to feel defeated. It's easy to look at those moments as failures, as signs that the universe is against you. But what if I told you that these are actually the moments that define who you truly are? The truth is, the unexpected turning point is a moment of both crisis and opportunity. It's the moment when you get to decide who you will become in the face of adversity. It's in those moments when we fall, when we are knocked down, that we find the true measure of our strength. And while it may feel like the end, it's actually the beginning of a new chapter in your story, one where you rise stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. Let's begin by discussing something that often complicates our journey through life: other people's perceptions of us. We've all been there, haven't we? People think they know who we are, what we're capable of, and what our limits are. Maybe you've been labeled the quiet one, the hard-working one, the goody two-shoes. Or perhaps you've been labeled as the person who always plays it safe, the person who sticks to the rules and avoids risks. People form these perceptions based on the few interactions or the surface-level things they see in us. They assume that they understand us, that they know what makes us tick, what we're good at, and where we might fail. But here's the truth: those perceptions are rarely accurate. Think about it. People often define us by our successes or failures, by the most visible parts of our story. When you succeed, they assume that success defines you. When you fail, they assume that failure defines you. But the reality is, these external judgments only capture a small fraction of who we truly are. What others see in us is just a reflection, often distorted by their own experiences and biases. Most people judge us based on the chapters of our story that are most visible to them, the loudest, most dramatic moments of our lives. But they don't get to see the full picture. They don't get to witness the struggles, the sacrifices, the quiet moments of determination when no one is watching. The world has a way of boxing us into categories, labeling us based on superficial observations, and then assuming that we are defined by those labels. When you face a challenge, when you struggle, others often make the assumption that your setback is permanent. They see your struggle and think it defines you, that it's the final chapter of your story. They think that when you experience failure, it marks the end of your journey. But here's the truth. Setbacks and failures do not define you. They never have, and they never will. You are far more than the moments when you fall, and that's when the unexpected turning point comes into play. This is the moment when everything they thought they knew about you shatters. When you rise from your setbacks, when you show the world who you truly are, you not only surprise others, but you also surprise yourself. Adversity is a powerful force. It can either break you or shape you, and often it does both. It's the moments of hardship that test your limits, that push you to the brink of despair. But it's also during these times that the greatest transformations occur. Think about the most difficult moments you've faced in your life. Reflect on the challenges, the moments when you thought it was all over. Perhaps it was a health crisis, a family tragedy, a failed business, or a betrayal. Think about how these experiences made you feel. At the time, they probably felt like the end of the world. But here's the powerful truth. Those challenges didn't break you. In fact, they made you stronger. It's only when we are tested beyond our limits that we begin to understand the depths of our own strength. During those moments of trial, we learn that our greatest strength doesn't come from avoiding adversity. It comes from facing it head on. It comes from the decision to keep moving forward, even when everything inside us is screaming to give up. In those moments of darkness, we learn who we truly are. We discover our capacity for resilience, for strength, for perseverance. We realize that our limits are often self-imposed, that we are capable of far more than we ever thought possible. It is in these moments that we truly discover our power. And it is from this power that we are reborn. One of the most powerful gifts of the unexpected turning point is the opportunity it gives you to rewrite your story. Too often, we let life's setbacks define us. We let our failures, our fears, our past mistakes dictate who we are and who we will become. But the turning point offers us a chance to take control. When everything falls apart, when everything you thought you knew is thrown into chaos, it's the perfect opportunity to rebuild. Not just your life, but your identity. You can choose to be the person who stays down, the person who lets adversity define them, or you can choose to rise, to rewrite your story, and to become someone who is even more powerful than before. This is where the power of choice comes in. Every challenge you face is a choice. Will you let it break you, or will you rise above it? Will you let it defeat you, or will you use it as fuel to propel you forward? The turning point gives you the opportunity to decide who you will become. You don't have to let your failures or setbacks define you. In fact, you can use them to redefine yourself. The turning point is the moment when you take control of your narrative, when you stop being the victim of your circumstances and start becoming the hero of your own story. There's a metaphor we've all heard before, the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's a beautiful image, isn't it? A bird that burns, that falls into nothingness, only to rise again, reborn from the flames, stronger than ever. But what does this metaphor really mean? The phoenix represents something powerful. No matter how many times life knocks us down, we have the power to rise again. Failure is not the end. It's just the beginning. Every time we fall, we have the opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Every setback, every failure is an opportunity for rebirth. The more you rise, the stronger you become. With each challenge you overcome, you build a new layer of resilience, wisdom, and strength. You shed your old limitations and doubts. You evolve into a stronger version of yourself, a more confident and determined version of the person you were always meant to be. And as you rise, something incredible happens. You don't just transform yourself, you change the way others see you. People who once doubted you begin to see your true power. They see you not as someone who stumbled, but as someone who rose from the ashes, someone who is unstoppable. When you rise after a fall, something extraordinary happens, not just within you, but in the way the world perceives you. Think about this for a moment. The same people who doubted your potential, who underestimated your strength, and who may have even written you off, suddenly find themselves seeing you in a completely different light. Why? Because your actions have spoken louder than any words could. Your resilience has shattered their preconceived notions about who you are. When others see you rise after adversity, it forces them to confront their assumptions. They begin to question the limited, often superficial lens through which they viewed you. They might have once seen you as fragile, incapable, or ordinary. But now, as you rise stronger and more determined, they begin to see you as someone extraordinary, someone who refuses to be defeated. Your rise challenges their belief systems, not just about you, but about life itself. It serves as a reminder that failure is not the end, that strength often lies hidden beneath the surface, and that true character is revealed in moments of struggle. Suddenly, you're no longer just a person who faced challenges. You're an inspiration. You become a living testament to the power of resilience, a proof that setbacks are merely stepping stones to greater achievements. But let's take it a step further. When others see your transformation, they don't just see a new version of you. They begin to see new possibilities for themselves. Your journey becomes a mirror, reflecting their own potential. They start to wonder, if they could rise after everything they went through, maybe I can too. This ripple effect of your rise extends beyond your personal life and becomes a source of encouragement for others. This change in perception is powerful. Those who doubted you may now admire you. Those who once dismissed you may now look to you for guidance or inspiration. Even those who envied or resented you may find themselves acknowledging your strength. And the best part? You didn't rise for their approval. You rose for yourself. Their changed perception is merely a byproduct of your decision to embrace your power and keep moving forward. And yet, there's an even greater transformation happening in parallel. Your perception of yourself. When the world starts to see you as someone who is strong, capable, and unstoppable, you begin to internalize that belief. You start to let go of self-doubt, of the fear that you're not enough. You begin to see yourself as someone who can overcome any obstacle, someone who can achieve greatness no matter the odds. This mutual transformation, how the world sees you and how you see yourself, creates a powerful feedback loop. The more you rise, the more others believe in you. The more they believe in you, the more you believe in yourself. This is how you shift from being a person who survives to a person who thrives. From being someone defined by challenges to someone who redefines what's possible. So remember this: when you rise, you're not just changing your life. You're changing the narrative. You're rewriting the story others tell about you. And, more importantly, the story you tell about yourself. And that change has the power to inspire, to uplift, and to transform far beyond what you ever imagined. Let's bring it all together. The unexpected turning point isn't just a moment of crisis or a moment of challenge. It's a moment of truth. It's the moment that strips away the noise, the doubt, the expectations of others, and reveals who you really are. You see, life is not a straight path. It's a journey filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours. Along the way, you'll encounter obstacles that test your patience, your strength, and your resolve. But here's the thing: those obstacles are not there to stop you. They're there to shape you, to teach you, and to prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. When you face those turning points, when life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can let the fall define you, or you can let it refine you. You can stay down, letting the weight of failure or fear hold you back. Or you can rise, stronger than ever, and show the world what you're truly made of. And when you rise, you become unstoppable. Because the truth is, there's no limit to what you can achieve when you refuse to give up. Every time you get back up, you gain strength. Every time you overcome a challenge, you build resilience. Every time you refuse to quit, you prove to yourself and to the world that you are more powerful than any obstacle. Being unstoppable doesn't mean you'll never face setbacks again. It doesn't mean life will suddenly become easy or predictable. But it does mean that no matter what comes your way, you have the power to rise. You have the power to adapt, to persevere, and to thrive. And here's the beauty of becoming unstoppable. It's not just about achieving your goals or proving others wrong. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. The person who is fearless in the face of challenges, who is confident in their ability to overcome, and who inspires others to do the same. When you become unstoppable, you stop being defined by your past. You stop being limited by fear, doubt, or the opinions of others. Instead, you step into your power, owning your journey and embracing your potential. You become the author of your own story, a story that is filled with resilience, courage, and triumph. So here's my message to you. Embrace the turning points. Embrace the challenges. Don't shy away from the moments that test you, because those are the moments that will transform you. And when the world sees you rise, when they witness your strength and determination, they will never look at you the same way again. But more importantly, you will never look at yourself the same way again. You will see yourself as someone who is unbreakable, unstoppable, and limitless. And with that mindset, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can hold you back. So go out there, face the turning points, rise from the ashes, and show the world and yourself that you are unstoppable, because you are. Always remember that.